Hello my friends, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a very foundation heavy video. This is going to be about all foundations because I did something very unusual and I purchased 5 foundations in the past like 30 days, no joke, which is crazy because at least I don't go through a full foundation. I don't know if ever, I think once, and I can tell you it was the Born This Way Too Faced because it's amazing. But aside from that, with everything coming out, you want to try new stuff. So it really kind of hinders finishing a full product unless you're using it dedicated day in, day out. So that being said though, brands have been coming out with foundations. This is like the season of skincare, the season of complexion. And here we are. So 5 foundations later. One of these is not brand new, and that's the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush, but I did want to try it. So I'm going to go through these, let you know how they've worked for me, my skin type, and just kind of rank them for you based on how much I love them. But honestly, they are all amazing. So just because one is placed number 5 doesn't mean it's bad. It just means that there's another one I like even more. So if any of that interests you, then just keep on watching. Alrighty, my friends. So first of all, let me start by telling you which ones we're going to go through today. I'm also going to let you know what my skin type and skin tone is. So let's start with that. I am a normal to somewhat dry skin, but I'd say for the most part normal. I do get these dry patches, like especially in the winter around my chin, and then around my nose, it does start to flake and get very, very dry. Aside from that, I have very normal skin. I don't have very problematic skin like acne and things like that. I don't have scarring texture. I have quite a bit of pores right here, but I feel like that's the norm. So that is my skin type. As far as my skin tone, I am a light to light medium neutral shade range. It just depends on the brand, the foundation, and it also depends on the extent of the shade range. If it's a smaller grouping of shades, then I tend to go light neutral. And if there is quite a bit of shades, then I go light medium neutral. So that being said, we're going to talk today about the Charlotte Tilbury what is this called? I don't even remember what this one's called. It is the Beautiful Skin Medium Coverage Liquid Foundation with Hyaluronic Acid. It is her newest. We're going to talk about the also Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation, which is, again, not a new foundation, but I had been super curious. We're going to talk about the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin, the Nars Light Reflecting Foundation, and then lastly, the Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation. So definitely a lot to go through. And again, I will rank them from 5th to 1st. And let's go ahead and start off. So the one I would rank number 5 is the Charlotte Tilbury, the medium coverage with hyaluronic acid, which may seem strange just because I do love a more hydrated look. That is my preference over a matte look. Don't get me wrong, I love a good matte look too. But if I were to choose, then the glowy dewy look is for me. But just to give you an idea, this particular foundation is $44. And then as far as the description, it's a 16-hour natural glow foundation with buildable medium coverage to hydrate, smooth, blur pores, and brighten skin. The coverage is medium. I find this to be super skincare-ish in the sense that it does take a little bit of building and it can go on very sheer. It does at the end leave a very beautiful finish, but you do, at least for me, I have to kind of work towards that. And I don't know, it's something that didn't wow me the first couple of times that I used it like I thought it was going to. So for that reason, this is number 5. However, it is still a very beautiful foundation. It comes in, remember the Fenty, what was it? The foundation that was supposed to be a little bit more hydrating comes in that same type of little tube with a pump. So it is an expensive foundation. It just kind of depends on if you're going for that super minimalistic skincare properties type of look. So the next one that I would rank probably number 4 is the also Charlotte Tilbury, the Airbrush Flawless Foundation. Now, I will tell you that this one is actually very beautiful. And the only reason this is ranked number 4 is because of the fact that I like the others even a little bit more. But this is a matte foundation, but not matte to the point where it looks drying and gross on the skin. It actually does look very airbrushed. I feel like this one had kind of mixed reviews, but for me, it was right up my alley. It was almost kind of like a satin matte. Again, not too powdery and not too matte. So to give you the description for this, it is also $44. And then the description says it's a long-lasting, weightless, hybrid skincare foundation, which I hadn't realized that. Maybe that's why I like this matte more than others, which is Charlotte's Secret to a Flawless, Poreless Looking Confident Complexion. This really, for my skin type, this really does make my skin look airbrushed, flawless. I don't go in with any foundation. I don't go in with a ton of product because I don't want it to look cakey. So I like to go in with a smaller amount and build. So beautiful foundation. But based on the others, it is going to be a number 4. Okay. Number 3 is going to be the Makeup Forever HD Skin. This is absolute perfection. So this from the bottle, I literally was sucked in because of the bottle. I am not a Makeup Forever foundation type of girl. It's not my favorite it's not my favorite brand for foundation. In the past, I have been very underwhelmed. And this, I was truly sucked in by the packaging, primarily the cap. You know, the neutral, the aesthetic is just very, very pretty. Literally was stunned the first time I used this foundation. I was like, this is very unlike Makeup Forever, at least for me and my preference. So I was definitely glad I picked it up. But to give you some details, this one is $43 and it is called the HD Skin Undetectable Longwear Foundation. As far as the description, it's an undetectable liquid foundation that blurs and covers imperfections for up to 24 hours. I wouldn't know. I never leave my makeup on that long. Powered by a micro skin system that syncs with the skin. Sounds so scientific. For true to skin finish, it does have a medium coverage. I would wholeheartedly agree with that. I would even say it leans towards full coverage, but given that I don't like a very full coverage foundation, I don't like it to look cakey. I would agree with the fact that it is a medium coverage foundation. It's very creamy, but without being thick. It's very, I don't know if I would say it's super lightweight on the skin, but I also don't feel like I'm wearing a mask, which is super key for me because 1, I'm not looking to clog my pores, and 2, that kind of mask feeling with a foundation is never fun. So it's easy to blend. I have found it goes on beautifully with both a sponge and a brush. Sometimes it's kind of either or. Some foundations look better with one way, some look better with another. This looks beautiful with both. I highly, highly recommend that foundation, especially now that the sale is coming up. Okay. Let's move into number 2. It was hard to pick a number 2 and a number 1 because quite frankly, I kind of wanted to rank both of these number 1. But the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Foundation, this was everything I had hoped for and more. It is a very serum-y feel, but that is the marketing for this product. So this one is $34 just for notation purposes. You do get slightly less than the full ounce. You get 0.85 fluid ounces. But I will also say once you buy the whole component, when it's time to refill and you just have to buy the little bottle of product, I think it's $24. So honestly, I wouldn't mind getting a little bit less to pay a little bit less in the long run. And compared to the others we've just looked at, this is definitely less money. So as far as the, we already went over the price tag. As far as the description, it says it's a skincare hybrid foundation with medium buildable coverage that effortlessly creates a natural looking skin-like glow. I agree with all of that. It is very serum-y feeling. It is very skincare ingredient feeling. I will say everything you've seen about people saying it looks a little bit more glam than natural, it looks a little cakey, is because they're going in with too much. I go in with a little bit and I build it up and it looks absolutely flawless. It gives my skin a beautiful glow, a beautiful health. And the crazy thing is, hours later, like at the end of the day, if I put my makeup on at 5:30 in the morning, at 5:30 in the evening, this is still looking fantastic. So honestly, again, if I could have also ranked this number 1, I totally would have. I love I love this. I know some people are not a fan of this type of bottle or whatever because it does kind of start to ooze out a little bit. I actually like it. It makes it easy and convenient to kind of squeeze the exact amount that I want on my face. So this one's definitely a must for me. And then lastly, number 1, oh no surprise here, is the Nars Light Reflecting Advanced Skincare Foundation. This is incredible. It is the one I am wearing on my face today. Listen, it's been a minute since a foundation has made me look this flawless, and this just does it for me. And again, kind of like the Makeup Forever, I haven't been super into Nars foundations in a very long time, if ever, honestly. Usually they're too yellow. I can't find a good shade match. I don't like the formula. It's too powdery. It's too cakey. It's too full coverage. And this just hit every wonderful note. So it is $49, so it is, I think, the most pricey out of all of these. So if you can get it at the sale, then definitely do that. But it's, now I can't remember if I already read you the description. So anyways, it's an advanced makeup skincare hybrid foundation with a natural finish that quickly blurs and smooths while visibly improving skin's clarity over time. Listen, I do feel like this makes my skin look clearer, brighter. I'm just not sure. For reference, I haven't been giving you, I'm so sorry, I didn't give you the shades. I will give those to you. This is L4 Deauxville, and this was absolute perfection. Nothing from what I remember as far as Nars foundations being too yellow. This is the perfect neutral shade for me. I think it's the light neutral, and it's just absolutely beautiful. This one really does feel lightweight on the skin. It looks lightweight, it looks fresh. Your skin can kind of still peek through. It doesn't look like you have that mask of makeup on. And quite frankly, out of all of these, blush, highlight, and bronzer just apply absolutely effortlessly, look absolutely perfect. It's just so airbrushed. It just all comes together beautifully with this foundation. The price tag is hefty, but you get what you pay for sometimes, and this is worth it. So again, if you have had your eye on it, the sale is the perfect time to do it. So just real quick, let me give you the shades. In both Charlotte Tilbury's, I am a 3. The 4 I think would have been better shade-wise. However, it was a little too yellow, even though it was neutral, because this is 3 neutral on both. So it actually works just fine. I very much am happy with those shades. And then the Yummy Skin 7N. I struggled with 6N, 7N. 7N was the perfect shade for me. It's the light, medium, neutral shade. So we've got that. And then lastly, in the Makeup Forever, it is 1N14, which I think, if I remember right, was the light medium neutral shade. So if you share my same skin tone, those are the shades so that you know what to add to your cart, to your loves list, whatever the case may be. But yeah, that wraps up this ranking of, listen, this, in all honesty, mammoth amount of foundations I purchased in 1 month anyways, but loving them. I've been rotating them, and it's just been so fun just because I have really enjoyed each and every one. Alrighty, my friends, well, if this video was helpful for you, I would ask that you give it a thumbs up. It really does help the channel. I hope if you enjoyed, then you're new, that you would consider subscribing. I'd love to see you again here on this channel and be able to talk makeup with you. Before I let you go, I just want to give you a very quick verse of the day to encourage you, motivate you, and to just wish you a wonderful day. Today's comes from Philippians 2, 3, and 4, and it says, "In humility, consider others better than yourselves. Each of you should look not only to your own interests, but also to the interests of others." In a world that is so consumed about me, guys, just turn and look at somebody else and help somebody else. It's just not all about us. And especially with what's going on in the world now, especially is the time to help others. Consider others better than yourselves. It is huge, and you would just be surprised at how much of an impact it can make, not only in somebody else's life, but in your own as well. Alrighty, friends, I love each and every one of you, but Jesus loves you so much more. I'll see you in the next one. Take care and have a great rest of your day. Bye, friends.